Welcome back, friends, to another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and today I am bringing you guys another Are They Worth It video, where I cover the pros and cons of an upcoming banner, units on said banner, to see if they are truly worth your precious tickets and or gems. Before I get into it though, friends, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, I'm going to mention it here again. It's personal life stuff. Lids is looking to move, so him and his wife and Oliver are looking for another place to move. So if for some reason you guys don't see me post a video, that's probably why, because we're in the process of searching for a new place to live. But I will keep you guys updated. Don't worry, Lids is still here. I will keep you guys updated. So again, friends, if you don't see a video, it's probably because I'm probably just overwhelmed from looking for another place to move. That being said, we will be getting a new chapter, Arc 2, Chapter 9, Light of the Living, June 25th, UTC time. Cloud of Darkness will be joining the roster. Kefka will be getting a costume in the form of a limited time bundle. So again, here, Kefka's EX weapon will be repeating. Cloud of Darkness's EX weapon will be on here, both realizable. Ace is in the upper right hand corner. He looks pissed. He is ready to throw that card at somebody's face. He does not look happy. The very first character we are going to be talking about is Kefka, our favorite psychopathic clown. He is back, guys. He is back. So any newer players or those not familiar with his kit, the main things about Kefka, his pros are his debuffs. This guy has debuffs galore, 6 in total: HP silence, blind, attack down, defense down, speed down, and sneering clown. If the enemies are debuffed, there will be improvements to his kit in the form of Trine and Light of Judgment, both of his abilities. Trine is his first ability, Light of Judgment is the second. They will be upgraded to their plus forms. And if you do happen to take him to EX plus 2 out of 3, he gets a new buff called Heartless Angel. And what Heartless Angel does, it raises Kefka's max brave and attack, and this will also raise brave damage dealt to a target based on the number of debuffs on said target. And that is 10% per debuff, so this can go up to a total of 60% total. He's extra brave damage he's doing to a target, and this can be further increased with his additional ability, which lets him dish out even more brave damage based on the number of debuffs. So he's going to be hitting hard on units that are debuffed, and as you guys can see, he is able to apply 6 debuffs on the enemies, on the targets. So he will be hitting most of the time on top-notch damage, at least with 4 debuffs, 40%, but you can't get him up to 60% extra brave damage towards the target. Now, upon realizing his EX weapon, the EX plus 0 out of 3 Meteor Plus does get an HP attack attached to the end of it, which extends his longevity in fights. And the biggest pro about Kefka is, I mean, he did destroy the world, guys, so if that's not enough reason for you guys to pull for him, just look at that. He destroyed the world. He did it, guys. So EX Plus recommendations already. So if you are going to be looking into investing in Kefka, I would say at least EX Plus 2 out of 3, because that's when he gets his new buff, Heartless Angel. Again, that will increase his max brave and attack and let him dish out more brave damage, 10% per debuff, based on the number of debuffs on the target. This is going to let him hit that much harder. And not only that, when the quest starts, he gets access to Heartless Angel, so he's already going to be dishing out top-notch damage upon using his abilities. And when the battle starts, when you go into each wave, this will inflict Sneering Clown on all enemies for 4 turns. Sneering Clown is his debuff he inflicts with his EX ability, and this lowers the target's attack, defense, and speed by 20%, and this will have a sapped effect on said enemy. If you happen to max out Kefka's EX weapon all the way to EX plus 3 out of 3, he has an E-type bonus sphere. After inflicting a debuff, raises magic attack by 15% for 6 turns. 15%, that's a really good number, so this is really going to help out our magic attacker, especially if they can inflict debuffs. Cons about Kefka: do not pair the psychopath with other forms of debuffers, because you're going to be fighting for those spots. You could potentially push off his HP silence, because all of his debuffs, except one of them, are just generic non-frame debuffs. So if you have another debuffer, you're going to be pushing off his own debuffs. Again, he has HP silence, blind, attack down, defense down, speed down, and sneering clown debuffs. So keep that in mind. If you bring a taunter, at least one taunter, you're pushing off a debuff. Now, this next one it could be a pro, it could be a con, because this might impact your decision on pulling for this banner or not. He does get an LD and burst in 4 months from now. So if you're a huge Kefka fan and you don't have his EX weapon yet, we'll talk about that once we get into if they are worth it for you guys. But just keep that in mind, his LD and burst is 4 months from now. I hope you guys aren't scared of clowns either. All right, so time to talk about the next unit on this banner, and that is going to be COD. Oh, that's going to piss off some people. Cloud of Darkness is a new character that we will be getting in the game. And let me tell you, she's a really good magic attacker. Come on, guys. That was pretty funny. Okay, so pros about Cloud of Darkness. Strong magic attacker. Really strong magic attacker. She can delay in the form of her wide angle particle beam, which is her second ability. It's an AoE, 1-turn delay, so she's pushing back all the enemies by 1 turn. And in her anti-air particle beam, which is her EX ability, that's EX plus 0 out of 3, it's a single target delay. She can't buff herself. One is in the form of Power of Nothingness, which she gets with her first ability, Insulting Appendages. Her other buff is called Umbral Form, which she gets at base EX weapon 2 out of 3, and this will raise her attack and deal brave damage to all enemies each turn. And she has a special effect, so like a special extra meter, extra icon above her head, and this is a stackable special effect, and it's called Darkness. Now, this can stack up to 5 times, and Stolen Brave Overflow increases by 10% per stack, so up to 50% more Stolen Max Brave Overflow. So let's take a look at how to gather stacks, because this is a huge part of her kit, and something wonderful happens once you reach 5 stacks. Okay, so her first ability, Insulting Appendages, this will give her 1 stack upon using it, and or 1 stack if she breaks the target in the process, so she can get up to 2 stacks. While Power of Nothingness, her buff is active, which she gets after using Insulting Appendages. This will turn Brave Attack into Toying Appendages, HP Attack into Uncanny Beam, and she will be able to do a counter. So with Toying Appendages, her Brave Attack, her upgraded Brave Attack, if she uses this, or if she breaks a target, she will get 2 stacks. Her upgraded HP Attack, Uncanny Beam, this will give her 1 stack if she breaks the target. And when anyone on your party takes some form of HP attack, she will counter. And when she does this, she will grant herself a stack of darkness upon countering. And after using her EX ability, Anti-Air Particle Beam, she will grant herself 1 stack of darkness upon using it, and 1 stack if she breaks the target. So the important thing to take away from this, everything except Uncanny Beam or her counter, as long as she can break the target, she can get 2 stacks. So keep that in mind, friends, because that's going to let you get to 5 stacks faster. Okay, so here's the good part, because at 5 stacks, this will affect her second ability. So right now at base, without any forms of stacks, Wide Angle Particle Beam does 100% HP damage to all enemies, delays all enemies by 1 turn, and this will consume all stacks of darkness. So if you're at 4 stacks of darkness, it still stays the same. You consume all your stacks, you have to start over. Once you're at 5 stacks of darkness, Wide Angle Particle Beam upgrades into Zero Form Particle Beam. Now this is a huge damage churn for Cloud of Darkness. What this is and does, it's a 6-hit single target Magic Brave plus HP attack triggered 3 times. It does 20% HP splash damage to non-targeted enemies, delays the target by 3 turns, consumes all stacks of darkness. This will not consume an ability use, so this you will be able to use her second ability for free, and this will extend Power of Nothingness, her buff, by 3 turns. So you can literally pick what you want to do. If you want to just use her Wide Angle Particle Beam before darkness is at 5 stacks, it's an AoE 100% damage to all the enemies. So the trash waves, maybe use 1 or 2 of these just to help you clear out those waves faster, and then once you start getting to the boss, or like maybe the wave before the boss, start building up your stacks, and once you get to the boss, you can use Zero Form Particle Beam and then just go from there. Just start building up your stacks to delay the boss as much as you can. And a great part about her kit is that her additional ability, she can reset the break status just like lightning, and she has 3 uses of this. Cloud of Darkness EX Plus recommendation, either leave her at 0 out of 3 or go all the way. She's an attacker. Normally attackers do need to go all the way for 3 out of 3 just to be able to dish out that much damage. All these units, the more you invest in them, the better they get. So 0 out of 3 or 3 out of 3. Because at 0 out of 3, she can delay the target by 1 turn upon using her EX ability. At EX plus 2 out of 3, she will get her Power of Nothingness in Umbra form at the start of the quest. So this will save you an ability use in the form of Assaulting Appendages, because that's where she gets Power of Nothingness. So she will get her upgraded HP attacks and Brave attacks, just letting you just spam them during the trash waves and start building up your stacks. And with her Umbral form, she deals brave damage, and she gets extra attack added to her stats. And EX Plus 3 out of 3 stronger EX ability, attack is triggered twice, 20% brave refund after the first HP attack. Cloud of Darkness, if you do happen to max out her EX weapon all the way to EX Plus 3 out of 3, she has an 8-type bonus sphere, so when breaking target or attacking a broken target, raises magic attack by 3% up to 5 times, which is 15%, which is very damn good. So this can go to anybody, any wielder, so to say. It has an A slot, and especially if they do magic damage, they can take full advantage of this bonus sphere, because I love the condition. I love these kinds of conditions. either breaking a target or attacking a broken target, which is pretty much a majority of the time. There are no strict requirements, like she has to be on the moon with full HP looking down on planet Earth while the sun is at a 30-degree angle. None of that crap. It's just breaking a target, attacking a broken target, done. So she does have some cons. Some of these is just me being picky. Some things I wish to see for a part of her. Some other things are just if you're able to manage break statuses on the enemies. So first, wish she had an HP attack with her counter. That's just me just seeing other units that can counter with HP attacks. Counter with HP attacks is pretty nice, but I can see the argument that it's only brave attacks, so she keeps the brave in case an enemy goes next, so she doesn't get broken. So fair argument. That's me being nitpicky. Her uncanny beam, her upgraded HP attack while power of nothingness is active, does not grant a stack of darkness upon use. She must break the target. I wish it was like the other ones where she got a stack upon using it and also upon breaking the enemy. So there's that. And this leads into the next point. If you don't break a target with a huge portion of her abilities except her uncanny beam and counter, she will only get 1 stack, so it's going to take her that much longer to get to 5 stacks. If you have other units like Lightning on the team that depend on stacks, like Lightning gets her free turns and gets to act immediately, she will be fighting, you could potentially be fighting with them to get said break because Cloud of Darkness depends on those breaks for her second ability to become stronger. Zero Form Particle Beam, me being picky at this point, at 5 stacks changes into single target delay and damage instead of AoE. Can you imagine this thing if it was still AoE? You were able to delay all the enemies by 3 turns. Oh, that would have been so much better. So much better. But I can see that this is a huge power turn for her, so it's acceptable. EX ability has no splash damage. That's not terrible. She's there for the damage. She has splash damage in other parts of her kit, so this I can oversee this, but just pointing that out. It's time to ask ourselves, guys, are they worth it? Are they worth your precious tickets and or gems? Tickets? Sure, by all means, go for it. Gems? Do you need magic units? All right, because first and foremost, this is a great villain magic banner. These all magic units. Ace is a villain. Remember, look how pissed off he is. That dude's about to throw a card in somebody's face. He is not happy. All right, so he is a villain on this banner. So this is a great villain banner. Kefka, good debuffer that can dish out damage. And he does that extra damage when you take his EX weapon to EX plus 2 out of 3 when he gets his Heartless Angel buff, where he does more brave damage depending on how many debuffs are on said target. Just realizing Kefka's EX weapon is 0 out of 3 gives him more longevity because his Meteor Plus has an HP attack attached to it. Cloud of Darkness, she's a strong magic attacker. That's her focus. That is her thing. Massive damage turn with free ability use with her Zero Form Particle Beam, but she must be at 5 stacks of darkness. If you're bad at managing break statuses, she will teach you. In actuality, she's preparing you for Arden because Arden his kit is also based on his stacks, but Arden's kit actually falls off if you do not keep an eye on it. And you can only get said stacks by breaking said target. So all in all, friend, again, this is a good magic villain banner. So if you are in need for magic attackers, magic units, this is a good banner to go on. Again, Kefka debuffs, all that wonderful stuff. Cloud of Darkness, she hits hard. She's got that massive turn with her Zero Form Particle Beam. Both of these units can solo dimension and stages, but keep in mind, friends, that we're close to the LD and Burst era, and Kefka is a unit that does get an LD and Burst. We have him over on the JP side of the game with his LD and Burst already. So assumption, it's probably like 4 months from now. So if you are a huge fan of Kefka, you could care less about Cloud of Darkness, I would recommend you actually wait, as it's 4 months away. If you need a magic attacker, by all means go in on this banner. If you're a huge fan of Cloud of Darkness, by all means go on this banner. If you're asking yourself, Lids, I do like Kefka, do I need him now? Because I want to wait for his LD and Burst. Do you have Arciala? Because they do different things, but Arciala also has an HP disable built into her kit, so she can take the place of Kefka for now until Kefka gets his LD and Burst. So again, friends, if any of these units are your favorite, especially Cloud of Darkness, if you need magic attackers, these units are pity worthy. But do your best to save because the LD and Burst era, it is on the horizon, friends. It is almost here. It should be here in August. So if you can get by without these units, I would highly recommend it because we are so close, friends. We're so close. Look at your resources, okay? If you can save anywhere, I highly recommend you guys seriously start saving. But if you need said units, go for it. Okay, so for those of you asking, okay, Lids, so you have me intrigued about Kefka's LD and burst. Let's talk about it. Let's take a peek into the future. All right, so here we go. Kefka, that's his debut banner, his LD and burst banners. So again, from estimation, it should be 4 months from now. So Kefka's burst weapon is on 4 different banners. His LD is on 2. So the day his burst weapon goes live, that's when his LD is also available. So on these 2 banners, you got Freya, Seymour, Lise, Shadow, Kefka with his EX weapon, and Aerith. So if you are gonna wait for him on any of these banners, and if there are other units on here that you see that you like, then maybe wait until said banner to pull for Kefka. But let's say you happen to pull Kefka's LD weapon and like, hey Lids, I want Emperor's LD also. So if you do happen to get Kefka's LD like really early, I don't know, 10 tickets, RNG is very nice to you. Hold on to your tickets and pull on the Emperor banner, because the way it's going to work in the LD and burst era, once a character's burst weapon debuts, they will be synergy for 2 to 3 events going forward, and their burst weapon is featured on said banners. Not the LD though. The only time to grab their LD is when it first debuts. So let's say you pick up Kefka's LD weapon early and you're like, hey Lids, I want Emperor or Strago, then by all means wait until those banners go live, and you could pick up an LD in the process while chasing Kefka's burst. Alright friends, so you can plan this out however you want. Like, I like the fact that their burst weapons are available on different banners, and if you do happen to pull a burst weapon accidentally and you happen to have their LD also, then there you go, you have a unit with LD and burst. Cloud of Darkness has yet to receive anything else aside from the current event, so if you're a collector for that reason, by all means. Now, she was a main villain from Final Fantasy 3, so there's a very good chance that she will be getting an LD and burst weapon, but just at this time she is not on JP. She hasn't came back on JP. She does not have that on JP, so you will have to wait a long time to see what that could possibly be if she does get indeed an LD and or burst weapon with a potential rework. We will see. We don't know yet, friends. So again, if you want to pull just for Cloud of Darkness here, throw some resources to see if you get her now, by all means. That is it for this video, friends. I want to thank you guys for watching my Are They Worth It video covering Kefka and Cloud of Darkness. Be sure to let me know down below in the comments what you guys are going to be doing with this banner. Me personally, I gotta skip now. Like, a lot of these banners coming up, I am going to skip. Shoot, I don't even know if I'm going to pull for freaking Yilnarsh and Garnet. I don't even know. I'm thinking about Saz and Raijin, but just tickets. But gems, I can't spend anymore because, again, LD and burst era is coming up. I can't stress this enough. Do your best to save your gems and or tickets. Okay, friends? So me personally, very good chance I'm going to be skipping on this banner. If I do, maybe 20 tickets. But that's it, just tickets. All right, friends. So again, let me know down below in the comments your plans, your concerns about these units. Are you hurting for resources? Did Kais and Arceala just tear those resources away from you? Let me know down below in the comments. And until next time, friends, good luck and have a good one.